With the Congress now on its summer vacation, 2nd District Congressman French Hill is back home, and he's talking politics with Channel 7 News. He sat down with our Daniela DeHogany for a wide-ranging conversation on issues ranging from Medicaid work requirements to spending in the big, beautiful bill. Here's that conversation.
Well, welcome back to Arkansas. You've had a very busy few weeks.
It has really been a busy few months, and thanks for having me.
Let's get right into it, starting with what is going on here. Arkansas, we've seen a few cases where people's food stamp benefits are being hacked or stolen through the EBT system. Should the government be doing more to hold the companies that run these systems accountable?
I think each state should make sure they've got the right cyber protections, the right privacy protections in running that program. I know it's a priority for Governor Sanders. It's a priority for the federal government that we don't have waste, fraud, and abuse in the food stamp program, but we also have accuracy in the program. And so we want our low-income families that are so dependent on and need the program so well to not, in addition to the pressure they already have financially, have the pressure of having that money taken from them illegally.
Another issue Arkansans are facing that we've talked about with you previously is requiring people on Medicaid to work and report their hours. Do you support this policy, and how do you make sure it doesn't hurt the people who need it the most?
You bet. Well, look, the Medicaid program is absolutely essential for moms with children, for the disabled, for people with a long-term behavioral health condition. That's what it's structured for. And so this idea of work requirements is only around the able-bodied adults without children, without any dependent care responsibilities, and who themselves have no chronic health condition or disability of any kind. So in our view, the work we've done in the House is to preserve the Medicaid program for its core function, remove waste, fraud, and abuse, make sure states are doing the right deal, right analysis around eligibility. That's the focus of our bill. And so this at one time was not a partisan political issue. President Clinton himself worked on work requirements as a part of welfare reform in the 1990s.
Now let's scope out to the nation as a whole. Obviously, President Trump has a tremendous support from conservatives and Republicans across the country. However, there are many that are upset about the pork barrel spending with the big, beautiful bill, or what they call pork barrel spending. What would you say to these critics?
Well, I don't know what pork barrel spending is being discussed. We've cut $2 trillion of spending in the big, beautiful bill, and we focus spending on areas that the citizens, I think, overwhelmed argued that they wanted that in the last presidential election. Greater public safety through Homeland Security at the border and beyond, a focus on defense, unleashing American energy, and we actually reversed a lot of the pork barrel spending that the Biden administration did on their one-sided, skewed industrial policy energy approach, and we've taken a much more all-of-the-above energy strategy here. You see that, I think, being implemented today with the one big, beautiful bill.
We're talking about two different administrations. You just brought up the Biden administration. Do you support any earmark spending at all?
I haven't. In the time I've been in Congress, I'm not opposed to people who are for it. I just have suggested that you can work through individual legislation, you can work through advocacy, getting key investments in Arkansas without earmarks.
Speaker Johnson was working really hard that night to get those last few votes in support of the big, beautiful bill. Was there earmark spending involved in that, do you think? Do you know how those last few votes got turned?
Well, the speaker thing, he had no side deals cut in any way, shape, or form, and I believe him and take him at his word on that, first of all. Secondly, all the earmark spending that had been in fiscal 25 was taken out.
It caused some concern for several around the country that there were votes against it up until the very end, and then they got it.
I won't say that's not a pattern I'm not used to seeing. And I just encourage people to look at the detail in the bill. This bill is a pro-family, pro-farm, pro-economic growth measure that will help Arkansas dramatically. We have a huge farm state, and what's in this bill is excellent for farmers this bill blocks a 27% tax increase on Arkansas families, and it preserves and strengthens our safety net system, like we talked about earlier, for supplemental nutrition or Medicaid. And so when you look at it on ballots, I think it's got a lot that's good about it. And I think that was the conclusion some of those holdout votes took after they spent 2 days, 3 days studying the detail of the final Senate text. They came to that same conclusion.
You can watch more of our interview with Congressman French Hill right now on the KATV YouTube channel.